Have you ever wondered how the small, everyday habits of your life can have a profound impact on both your physical and emotional well-being? Today, we're diving into a topic that's rarely discussed but crucial for anyone wanting to live in harmony and maintain a healthy life, especially as time passes. If you're curious about the hidden dangers of overwork and the best ways to keep your life full of energy and vitality, then stick with me till the end of this video. What I'm about to share might just change the way you take care of yourself and the relationships you cherish most. My name is Clara, and today I want to share the wisdom of a great man, Antony. He lived in a quiet village where life flowed with the rhythm of nature and the profound knowledge passed down from the elders. Antony's life is a testament to the deep understanding that it's not just how hard we work, but how we balance our work and relationships that determines our health and happiness. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insightful tips on how to live better, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. Now, let's explore how the pursuit of success, without taking care of the things that truly matter, can impact your intimate life and what you can do to prevent it. Antony, a man of wisdom who earned the respect of everyone around him, sat on his balcony, surrounded by a group of men eager to gain deeper insights into living a healthier and more meaningful life. It was a late summer afternoon, and as the sun bid farewell behind distant mountains, the men gathered, each seeking guidance, inspired by Antony's silver hair and serene presence. He began to speak, his voice calm and steady. "My dear friends, life is a series of lessons, each one more valuable than the last. As we grow older, we face the important task of learning how to care for both our body and mind. But it's not just about caring for our health in the usual sense. It's about understanding the deeper needs that arise as we pass through different stages of life. Each stage brings its own challenges, and it's important that we are always attuned to the signals our bodies send us. As we grow older, we might not immediately notice the subtle changes occurring within our bodies," he continued. "What once seemed normal may no longer be fitting for our current stage in life. That's why listening to our bodies and adjusting our habits accordingly is crucial. We cannot continue to ignore the signals they send us. Ignoring them is like silencing the whispers of wisdom that could guide us toward a healthier and more fulfilling life." One of the most important aspects of this is understanding the delicate balance between our physical health and our emotional well-being. Many men at this stage of life have overlooked the impact their actions have on their health. Take intimacy, for example. There is a common misconception that intimacy, in all its forms, should continue unabated throughout our lives. But overindulgence, especially in behaviors like masturbation, can have significant negative effects. The group listened intently, some shifting uncomfortably in their chairs, but intrigued. Antony was not one to shy away from difficult topics. Excessive intimacy, or excessive indulgence in such activities, can lead to fatigue, not just physical fatigue, but emotional and mental exhaustion as well. A man who constantly depletes his energy in this way may find himself drained, lacking motivation, and avoiding even the simplest tasks in daily life. This fatigue often comes with irritability and a sense of disconnection, which only deepens feelings of isolation. I've seen this many times during my years as a teacher. A man, first, may feel fine, believing he is simply following the natural flow of his desires. But after many years of acting this way, the consequences become clear. His energy weakens. His enthusiasm for life diminishes. He finds it harder to engage meaningfully with others, his partner, friends, family. It's like a curtain has fallen, obscuring his ability to connect. Antony continued, illustrating the broader consequences. When we overindulge in certain behaviors, we not only drain our physical energy, but also create a cycle of negative emotions. Guilt, shame, and anxiety often follow such indulgence. These emotions, though invisible to the outside world, create a ripple effect that damages our relationships. A man who cannot face his own shame may find himself distancing from others. He feels disconnected, alienated, and uncertain about himself. Let's dive deeper into the idea of sexual behavior and its potential effects on our well-being. particularly focusing on the concept of masturbation. While it's a topic that often stirs up debates, is there truth to the notion that it can become addictive? Let's unpack this with more depth and insight, while also exploring what signs could indicate a growing concern. At the core, we must first acknowledge that the act of masturbation itself isn't inherently problematic. It's a natural part of human sexuality, and when practiced in moderation, it can offer various benefits, from stress relief to self-awareness. However, it becomes a different story when it escalates into compulsive behavior, an overwhelming urge to engage in this activity excessively, sometimes more than 10 times a day. The key here is distinguishing between normal, healthy sexual behavior and compulsive habits that disrupt daily life. You see, addiction isn't defined by the number of times something is done. It's about the impact it has on your life, relationships, and daily functions. So, when does it cross the line? How can you tell if it's becoming a problem? Let's consider some signs that indicate this behavior might be taking over. One of the most noticeable red flags is when masturbation begins to consume a significant portion of your time, to the point where it interferes with your responsibilities or daily tasks. For example, if you find yourself spending hours on end in isolation, neglecting work, hobbies, or social commitments, that's a clear sign that things are starting to shift in an unhealthy direction. But it doesn't stop there. What about the emotional and social effects? If your social life or professional interactions start to suffer because of your compulsive behavior, it's time to reconsider the balance. Imagine being at a social event or a work meeting, and instead of engaging with others, your mind is preoccupied with the urge to engage in self-pleasure. This kind of distraction can lead to feelings of alienation, anxiety, and even shame, which only exacerbates the cycle. Another aspect to pay attention to is when masturbation becomes a way of avoiding negative emotions. It's common for people to turn to certain habits when they feel stressed, anxious, or emotionally down. If you find yourself using masturbation as an emotional escape, perhaps as a coping mechanism for loneliness or sadness, it's a sign that this behavior is more than just a casual activity. It's becoming a way to numb emotional pain. Consider the case of Tom, a man in his early 40s who had always been in good health and had an active social life. Recently, though, he found himself retreating into his own space more and more, turning to masturbation as a way to deal with the pressures of his job and family life. Over time, he started neglecting his relationships and responsibilities, feeling more isolated than ever. This kind of retreat is a classic example of how a natural behavior can morph into something disruptive. Of course, there are also physical and relational consequences. When this behavior starts to affect your sexual life with a partner, it's a clear indication that something might be wrong. For example, if you find that you're more inclined to engage in solitary acts rather than connecting with your partner, or if you experience a decrease in desire for intimacy, these are crucial warning signs. A healthy sexual relationship involves mutual connection and intimacy, not just physical release. Ultimately, masturbation can be a healthy, safe activity when done in balance. But if you feel concerned about your frequency, or it begins to impact your life negatively, the best course of action is to consult a professional, whether it's a doctor or a mental health expert. Having an open conversation about your concerns can offer clarity and support. Taking care of our sexual health is an essential part of our overall well-being. Just like any other aspect of our health, it requires education, balance, and, times, seeking guidance when necessary. Don't be afraid to ask for help when needed, as this is a step toward maintaining both physical and mental wellness. Remember, it's not about shaming natural desires, but about ensuring that those desires don't take over and hinder your life's balance. Have you ever paused to think about the potential consequences of a behavior that many consider harmless, especially when it comes to something as natural as masturbation? While it's often seen as a normal part of human sexuality, there are deeper layers to consider, and some of the effects might surprise you. First and foremost, it's important to clarify that masturbation, in general, doesn't cause any harm to the body, especially when done in moderation and with mindfulness. It's a natural and healthy aspect of sexuality that, when practiced properly, can contribute to stress relief, self-awareness, and even better sleep. But, like many things in life, balance is key. When done excessively or improperly, it can lead to physical discomfort or even emotional distress. For instance, individuals who suffer from conditions like phimosis, where the foreskin is too tight, or a short frenulum, the band of tissue connecting the head of the penis to the shaft, may experience pain during or after masturbation. These conditions can cause discomfort or even injury, so it's crucial to seek medical advice if such issues arise. In these cases, ignoring the symptoms could lead to more serious complications down the road. But beyond the physical aspects, there's a psychological element that's worth exploring. Many people use masturbation as a form of stress relief or an escape from emotional turmoil. The issue arises when this behavior becomes a coping mechanism for underlying problems, such as anxiety, work-related stress, or dissatisfaction in relationships. It's easy to slip into the habit of using masturbation as a quick fix to temporarily numb uncomfortable emotions. But this avoidance can prevent you from addressing the root causes of your stress, which in turn can make the situation worse over time. Consider Tom, a man in his early 50s, who had always led a healthy lifestyle and was socially active. Recently, however, he found himself retreating into isolation more frequently, turning to masturbation as a way to cope with the pressures of his job and the strain in his long-term marriage. First, it seemed like a harmless escape, but over time, it escalated. Tom began neglecting his relationships, missing family gatherings, and withdrawing from his usual activities. What started as a stress relief mechanism soon turned into an emotional shield, making him feel more isolated than ever. This example illustrates how a natural behavior can morph into a pattern that disrupts one's life and well-being. This brings us to a crucial point: the concept of balance in both physical and emotional health. Masturbation, like any other behavior, can become problematic if it starts to interfere with other aspects of your life. It's not just about the frequency of the act, but how it impacts your mental, emotional, and social well-being. If you find that it's affecting your relationships, your work life, or your ability to engage meaningfully with others, it may be time to reflect on the deeper reasons behind the behavior. Taking care of your sexual health is just one piece of the puzzle. Mental and emotional well-being are just as important. A balanced lifestyle that nurtures both the body and the mind is essential for facing life's challenges with resilience. Regular exercise, a nutritious diet, adequate sleep, and activities that nurture your emotional health, such as mindfulness or talking to a therapist, can help provide a holistic approach to overall well-being. Moreover, it's crucial to recognize the warning signs that indicate a behavior might be crossing into unhealthy territory. For example, if you find that masturbation is becoming an automatic response to emotional distress or boredom, or if it's affecting your ability to enjoy intimacy with a partner, these could be signs that something needs to change. When this happens, seeking professional help is a crucial step. Talking to a healthcare provider, such as a doctor or a therapist, can help you regain control and find healthier ways to cope with stress or emotional challenges. Ultimately, health isn't just about the physical body, it's about the whole person. A healthy mind, body, and spirit work together to create a fulfilling, balanced life. So, if you're feeling concerned that a particular behavior is starting to dominate your life or interfere with your overall well-being, don't hesitate to seek support. Whether through a doctor, therapist, or a trusted friend, taking proactive steps to care for your sexual and emotional health is a crucial part of living a long, satisfying, and meaningful life. Excessive reliance on certain behaviors, whether it's masturbation or other coping mechanisms, can lead to a disconnection from reality. When we use these habits as an escape from deeper emotional issues or the daily challenges of life, we risk getting trapped in a cycle that pulls us further away from what truly matters. Instead of promoting self-care, these behaviors may become the foundation for emotional or physical dependency, ultimately harming our overall well-being. Imagine John, a man in his 60s, who after the loss of his wife, found himself retreating into isolation. Initially, he sought comfort in familiar routines, including masturbation. While it provided a temporary distraction from his loneliness and grief, over time, it started to replace genuine interactions with others. His once vibrant social life diminished, and he found himself spending more time in front of the TV, relying on this habit as a way to fill the void left by his partner's absence. However, rather than healing, he felt increasingly disconnected from life and from his own emotions. His reliance on this habit only deepened his sense of isolation, and he realized he had unintentionally created an emotional trap for himself. This example highlights a crucial point. When we overindulge in one form of self-care, we may unknowingly avoid the more enriching aspects of life that can foster true emotional healing. It's essential to recognize the power of balance. Life is about more than escaping pain. It's about living in a way that nurtures not just our physical bodies, but our minds and hearts as well. As we age, this becomes even more significant. Wisdom grows with experience, and we begin to see that balance is no longer just a nice-to-have, but a vital component of maintaining a healthy, meaningful life. It's not just about avoiding escape, it's about actively seeking connection, whether with others, nature, or new experiences. Instead of using habitual actions as a way to block out our emotional challenges, we should look for ways to reconnect with the world around us. Take, for example, spending time outdoors. Simple acts like walking in nature, meditating, or reading can ground us in the present moment and offer a refreshing balance to the chaos we may feel within. Social interactions and engaging in creative projects can also bring new energy into our lives. These activities not only foster a sense of connection, but also honor the boundaries of our bodies and minds. Especially as we grow older, it's important to think of this as a way of respecting our natural rhythms. Self-care isn't about seeking frequent relief or covering up deeper needs. Rather, it's about creating space for the meaningful things in life. Practicing moderation in everything we do allows us to be in tune with ourselves and the world around us. Overindulgence, whether it's in physical habits or emotional retreat, can isolate us from something far more precious: the joy of genuine connection with another person. Many of us, as we age, may experience the loss of a partner, or perhaps we've drifted away from meaningful relationships due to life circumstances. However, this doesn't mean that we should shut ourselves off from the potential for new connections. Life continues to offer us opportunities to form bonds, whether through friendship, companionship, or even intimacy. Think of the potential for growth in those moments. The possibility of meeting someone who shares your thoughts, emotions, or even your deeper desires can reinvigorate the spirit in ways that solitary habits never will. Rather than retreating into isolation, we should embrace these opportunities for connection, allowing ourselves to be open to new relationships, however they may manifest. It's not just about finding someone to fill a void. It's about discovering new dimensions of ourselves and our ability to love, connect, and share life with others. In our later years, the focus shifts from merely existing to truly living, and in this process, we come to understand that balance between physical health, emotional well-being, and meaningful connections is the key to a full and enriched life. By recognizing when we've crossed into unhealthy territory and seeking to reestablish equilibrium, we can foster not only a healthier body but a more fulfilled heart and mind. Antony gazed into the eyes of each person, his expression warm and sincere, as he conveyed his message with an openness that seemed to invite connection. He understood that true health doesn't come solely from physical exercise or diets. It's the connection with others that nurtures our well-being in profound ways. Intimacy shared with a partner can provide far more than just physical release. It can nourish our soul, strengthen our spirit, and bring joy that only the presence of another person can truly offer. Consider Richard, a man in his early 60s, who had long relied on solitary activities to cope with the isolation that came with age. For years, he turned to masturbation as a way to satisfy his physical urges, seeing it as a harmless outlet. However, over time, he began to notice that while these moments of solitude provided temporary relief, they lacked the deeper connection he yearned for. It wasn't the physical release that left him feeling unfulfilled. but the absence of emotional intimacy. Richard eventually realized that he had become disconnected from the deeper emotional needs that could only be met through human connection. That's when he began to seek out new opportunities to build meaningful relationships. He joined a local book club, started volunteering at a community center, and reconnected with old friends. Through these experiences, Richard found that the true joy and fulfillment came not from solitary pleasure, but from sharing moments with others. It was the laughter, the shared experiences, and the intimacy of connection with another person that truly made him feel alive. Richard's journey illustrates the importance of balance, finding a healthy relationship with one's own body, while also embracing the richness of human connection. So, my friends, I urge you not to isolate yourselves. Seek out new experiences. Be open to the possibility of meeting someone who could share both your joys and your burdens. Love knows no age, and the connection between human beings is one of the greatest gifts life offers. As we age, it becomes even more important to approach life with mindfulness and intention. Staying active is vital, and gentle activities like walking, stretching, and relaxation exercises are essential. Impactful exercises such as swimming or yoga can be incredibly beneficial, not only in strengthening muscles but also in improving flexibility and keeping the mind sharp. But health is not just about physical fitness, it's deeply tied to emotional well-being. 2. Social connections form the foundation for emotional health. Maintaining strong relationships with family and friends and staying open to new friendships can create a dynamic, fulfilling social life that nourishes our hearts. Gratitude also plays a crucial role in maintaining a positive outlook on life. Taking time each day to reflect on what you're grateful for can significantly reduce stress and improve your overall health. The act of nurturing a mindset of gratitude can transform the way you view the world, helping you appreciate the beauty in everyday moments. Mental health, too, is something we must not overlook. If feelings of anxiety, depression, or overwhelm begin to take hold, seeking professional help can be a wise step. Therapy and meditation are powerful tools for maintaining a balanced, healthy mind. Slowing down and living in the present moment is another crucial practice. As we gain wisdom with age, we realize that life should not be lived mindlessly. Mindfulness practices allow us to appreciate the small things and embrace the now, instead of constantly worrying about the future or regretting the past. Regular health checkups are just as important, as they can help detect potential issues early on, when they are easier to treat. Being kind to ourselves and accepting the changes that come with aging with grace is essential for maintaining good health. It's important not to criticize ourselves too harshly, but to nurture self-love and acceptance. In doing so, we can approach aging with peace and mindfulness. Moreover, finding purpose in life is crucial for happiness, especially as we enter different stages of life. Every phase of life is a unique journey, and the key to aging gracefully is embracing it with gratitude, wisdom, and an optimistic spirit. Remember, aging is not about loss. It's about embracing the richness of experience and the beauty that each new chapter brings. The silence that followed was filled with self-reflection as the men pondered Antony's words. He continued in a gentle yet hopeful tone. Remember, life is short, and the opportunity to connect with others is priceless. Don't miss the chance to experience this. What you seek in solitary intimacy can be found in an even richer way with someone who shares the journey with you. Take care of your body, but also your heart. So, my friend, self-care is not limited to the physical aspect. It also includes emotional health and the connections we form throughout our lives. Adjust certain habits and seek meaningful relationships, as they can be the path to a more balanced and fulfilling life. Remember, true happiness comes from the balance between body, mind, and heart. If this message resonates with you, reflect on it and don't hesitate to seek what truly brings fulfillment to your life. As we come to the end of our conversation today, I hope Antony's reflections have illuminated the path toward a more balanced and fulfilling later life. Self-care is not just about maintaining physical health. It's about embracing change with kindness, nurturing meaningful relationships, and finding purpose in both the small and grand aspects of life. Connecting with others can bring depth and joy that solitary intimacy, while fulfilling in its own way. simply cannot match. If this message resonates with you and you're eager to explore more about how to live a truly balanced and complete life, consider subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell so you won't miss any valuable content. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with friends and family who may benefit from these insights. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below letting us know where you're watching from and how these ideas are connecting with you. And don't leave just yet. Up next, you'll find a link to an upcoming video that will help you take the next step on your health journey. Click it to continue exploring and enhancing your holistic wellness. I'll see you there.